clip from a nearly hour-long video produced by two physicians in California, Doctors Dan Erickson and Artin Masihi. Likely many of you had already seen it. That video has had more than 5 million views on YouTube. In the presentation, the two doctors presented a flurry of data pointing to what we are currently learning about this virus and how it spreads. They recited pages of government statistics and then interpreted them in light of their own long clinical experience as doctors. At one point, they noted that the newly adjusted death rate in their state of California, which is much lower than anyone expected it to be, and they asked if government officials there should change their policies based on this new science. Watch.
We've seen 1,227 deaths in the state of California with a possible incidence or prevalence of 4.7 million. That means you have a 0.03 chance of dying from COVID-19 in the state of California. 0.03 chance of dying from COVID in the state of California. Does that necessitate sheltering in place? Does that necessitate shutting down medical systems? Does that necessitate people being out of work?
So whatever your view of the mass quarantines, and maybe you're enthusiastically for them, the questions you just heard are valid questions. In fact, they're critical questions. We should all be asking those questions, including and especially our policymakers. But as Dr. Erickson pointed out later in the video, dissent of any kind is no longer tolerated in this country. Fact-based honesty, which is the soul of science, is under attack, even in hospitals. Dr. Erickson described physicians being pressured to classify illnesses and deaths as related to coronavirus, whether they believe that to be true or not.
We are pressured to test for
objective answer at the moment. At best, we can plod along with open.
So Tucker is going to go on to talk about how Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg, and the scumbags that run Google, and all these electronic whiz kids that have taken our lives over in the name of social engineering. Shut up, Tucker. Anyway, I play this because our boy Tucker here, and I'm going to fast forward this to get to the next Tucker show. So he goes on a whole rant about, here it is.
So no one in science has a monopoly on the truth. Science, in fact, is a rejection of the idea that there is a monopoly on truth. It's the endless search for what we can prove. That's what science is. This has nothing to do with it. You introduced as a hypothetical the notion that you could be deleted your channel for hosting this video. I'm not sure that is hypothetical anymore, and my question is very simple. How long before they come for you? You just wrote a book called Don't Burn This Book. How long?
So there it is. He goes on a whole rant here about how they're taking over everything and that we're not going to have any rights. And here's Tucker on his next show, after talking about how corrupt Facebook is and YouTube and Google, which I agree with, it's totally left-wing. You've got a right-wing opinion, they're going to expunge anything you say or ban you totally, no matter what kind of evidence you have to the contrary of their liberal beliefs. The corrupt media, and the next show, he brings us this.
2017, she moved to NBC, where among many other things, she anchored the third hour of the Today Show. It turned out to be a very turbulent year for NBC. NBC executives were caught covering up for accused sex criminal Harvey Weinstein. Meanwhile, the network's most famous anchor, Matt Lauer, fled the building after he was implicated in a laundry list of misdeeds. An awful lot of drama for one network. Megyn Kelly was right there to see all of it. She left her show last October. She's not done a single televised interview since. We're happy to have her on our set tonight.
We're happy to have her.
Megyn, good to see you. Hi, good to be with you.
Oh, hi.
So
Hi. I'm Megyn.
Details to what we essentially knew, which is that NBC executives, Andy Lack, particularly Noah Oppenheim, I think the head of NBC News, covered up for Harvey Weinstein. So here's what...
So now I'm going to listen to this $25 million twat who stabbed everyone in Fox in the back. Now she's stabbing all her left-wingers in the back, as much as I agree with them being stabbed in the back. But I'm not supping with Benedict Arnold, Ephialtes, or Judas Iscariot. Okay? A scoundrel is a scoundrel. And when I look at this crunt's face, this is all you need to know. She's overwrought with shame, with all the makeup, and her little prostitutive little twiggy girl haircut, lest I sound too judgmental. But when I look at her countenance, I see a rat. As pretty as she is, she's a pretty rat. And I don't want to hear her, and I don't want to see her. And she was making $25 million a year to espouse her diatribe and crap, and then try to ambush Donald Trump on the debate where she brings up right out of the gate, you've attacked females. You've called them fat pigs and yada, yada, yada. And he said, no, just Rosie O'Donnell. And Rosie O'Donnell, lest you don't know, is a fat, Olympic, galactic swine. And I want a pig to be called a pig all day long. And I do not want to hear from Megyn Kelly. So Tucker Carlson, I don't know what your agenda is, pal, but you just lost me wholesale. I'm done with you. You sit there and rant against Google and Facebook, and the next show, you bring out this circus clown? If any of you out there in fake book land can make sense of this, enlighten me, because I have nothing left.